Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is your host, Passport Nomad. And today, before we get into the content, let me ask you at this time to please hit subscribe, like, and share so you can keep up on all my newest posted content. Today, we're going to ask the question, what happens when you get deported from the Philippines? Say you come visit the Philippines and something goes wrong, you get in trouble, and you get deported. What are the different ways that a person can get deported? Today we're going to answer that question.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait.
Okay, before we get started, I just want to say I'm not trying to tell anybody exactly that they should get deported or ever recommend that they do break a law or cause themselves to be kicked out of a country, but I will explain what reasons they will get rid of you if you break a law, rule, overstay. There's many things. There are even things that you may not even know of that can get you deported. And here I'm just going to explain exactly what it is. Those list of things are basically in a nutshell. So, without further ado, for all of you out there listening, don't break the law. Don't do anything to get yourself into trouble. Don't do anything stupid that's going to get you kicked out of the country. This is only to inform you what not to do, what to avoid, or what mistakes that you shouldn't make while you're here in the Philippines, especially if you're planning on retiring here or living here long term and you want to come back. Let's go. Here are the ways to be deported from the Philippines. Grounds and legal procedures. The Philippines has a strict immigration laws, and for foreign nationals who violate them may face deportation. The Bureau of Immigration, BI, enforces the laws under the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940 and other related regulations. Deportation is the legal process for expelling foreign national from the country for violating immigration laws, engaging in illegal activities, or posing a threat to national security. Here are the common grounds for deportation from the Philippines. 1. Overstaying beyond the allowed period. Foreigners who stay in the Philippines beyond their validity without renewing or extending their visa may be deported. The Bureau of Immigration typically imposes fines for overstaying, but if the overstaying is severe or intentional, deportation proceedings may be initiated.
According to Cruz, around 200 rogue pogos are still trying to operate nationwide. The Philippine government already deported more than 2,300 foreigners who worked for Philippine offshore gaming operators that were shut down by law enforcers. In a radio interview on Friday, December 13, Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission Chief Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz says most of the foreigners were sent back to China, their country of origin. He adds that some were deported to other countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam.
2. Working without proper visa or permit. Engaging in employment or business activities without the necessary work visa or alien employment permit, the AEP, is illegal. The Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, and the BI actively monitor foreign workers and violators that risk deportation. Number 3, engaging in illegal activities. Foreign nationals involved in crimes such as drug trafficking, fraud, human trafficking, and other offenses may be deported after serving their sentence in the Philippines. In some cases, they may be immediately expelled without serving time, especially if their presence is deemed a threat to public order. 4. Undesirable inimical acts against the Philippines. A foreigner who engages in actions that are considered harmful to the country's national interest, such as subversion, terrorism, or political interference, may be blacklisted and deported. Publicly disrespecting Filipino officials, institutions, or symbols may also lead to deportation. 5. Being a public charge, financially incapable. Foreigners who become dependent on public assistance and cannot sustain themselves financially may be deported under Philippine immigration laws. This is to prevent the government from bearing the financial burden of foreign nationals who lack sufficient funds to support themselves. 6. Entering the country with fake or fraudulent documents. Using falsified passports, visas, or other traffic documents to enter or stay in the Philippines is a serious offense that can lead to immediate deportation. 7. Blacklist and exclusion orders. Some individuals are already blacklisted from entering the Philippines due to past violations. If the blacklisted individual manages to enter the country illegally, they will be deported once identified. 8. Failure to report to immigration authorities for certain visa holders. Certain visa holders, such as those under a special residence retiree visa, SRRV, or other special visa categories, may be required to report regularly to the Bureau of Immigration. Failure to comply with these requirements may result in visa cancellation or deportation. Deportation process in the Philippines. 1. Arrest and detention. If a foreigner is found violating immigration laws, they may be detained at the BI warden's facility pending investigation. 2. Hearing and investigation. The BI conducts hearings to determine if an individual should be deported. Legal representation is allowed. 3. Issuance of deportation order. If found guilty of the immigration violation, the BI issues deportation order. 4. Implementation of deportation. The foreigner is escorted out of the country and their name is usually placed on a blacklist, barring them from re-entering. Foreign nationals in the Philippines must follow immigration laws to avoid deportation. Understanding visa requirements, complying with local laws, and respecting the country's policies are essential for maintaining legal status. Anyone unsure about their immigration standing should consult the Bureau of Immigration or the immigration lawyer to ensure compliance with Philippine laws. Before I end this video, I just want to add a note. There's a lot of us tourists that come through here, and I know a lot of guys that don't have the SRRV that choose to stay here, extending their visas, every 2 months, which is the law and is required here. One of the situations that I see that happens a lot, especially with foreigners, is when we're going to immigration. Uh, Sometimes things may not move as fast as you might want it to, or you might have a situation where they might ask you questions or whatever. Just answer the questions, be polite, don't get belligerent with them, don't lose your temper with them, because basically it's like this. If you get belligerent or argumentative with a Bureau of Immigration officer, it's like getting smart with an authority figure. They are basically authority figures in the country of the Philippines, and they have the right to deny you an extension. They can pretty much end your stay right then and there and tell you to get on the next plane and leave the country. So that's another way that you can also see yourself being blacklisted as well. They can put you on a blacklist for that as well, for inappropriate behavior, you being belligerent, having issues or a problem with authority figures, things like that. So just keep that in mind. If you want to stay here and enjoy yourself, just abide by the laws, be polite, you know, don't raise your voice. If they ask you that you need to do something a little extra or whatever, take the time to do it. Making it, it'll be simple. Everything will go fine. But other than that, that is all I have for today. A disclaimer I want to put out there: the Philippines government is subject to change its laws and rules on immigration from time to time. So it behooves you to also do your research every now and then to see what has changed when it comes to the laws of staying in the country and visa extensions and so forth when it comes to immigration in the Philippines. Just check every once in a while and see what's changed and see if you are able to comply. And everything is smooth sailing from there. Everything else, especially for tourists that are extending visas, easy sailing. All we do is just stay up on our visa extensions, keep it up to date, keep going every 2 months. Doesn't cost much money. Stand in line for a while, process the paperwork, get your visa back, get your stamp. Too easy. That said, I'm ending this video, guys. Thanks for joining me today. If you can, please support the channel by subscribing, hit the notification bell, like, share, and I'll see you guys next time. This is your boy, Passport Nomad, signing off.